Hello, likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your fave, your one and only baby girl, Malika. So today we are doing the critical review of Mr. Aloy series, Another Mistake in Marriage, episode 34. It starts with everyone who is there at the hospital: Kelly, Josh, the doctor, Angel, and Choma. Choma is traumatized. Angel is surprised at Choma, why Choma is behaving the way she's behaving, because she couldn't imagine that it was that deep, that it was that serious. And the doctor had to explain to her that she is like that because she's very traumatized, which is very normal for some people. People take things differently. Some people, when what happened to Choma happens to them, they go cold on everyone. They don't speak to people, because I'm talking from experience. I know somebody that it actually happened to, and I know a lot of people that have talked about that, what happened to them and all the. I know someone that has happened twice even, you know but she is a very strong person that she didn't let it get to her. She said the first time she couldn't speak, she was so afraid. Like, she said she didn't want anyone to hear her speak. Like, she was scared of her own voice, but she never said what happened to her. But the second time, based on the fact that the first time it happened, she said it took her like a year to be able not to be scared of people, but she didn't react anyhow. It was just internally. But the second time, she said she took it like a big girl, and she held her own part of the bargain. So people take things differently. People react to situation differently. People, like, trauma is something that you cannot say the way trauma happens to A is supposed to be. No, it's not a prescription. No, it's not a medical prescription. People will differ because our systems differ. Where where race differs. So trauma is taking it in a different way. Now it's making her to be like she's mentally unstable. So the doctor is explaining to them that so long as they'll stick to her meds, to be taking care of her, she'll definitely be okay. So it's an unfortunate situation, honestly. Like, as it's really unfortunate. It's really an unfortunate situation. So, Angel, as usual, her own is the fact that Oma is a source of strength to her. Oma cannot be this way. It's not even more about what happened. It's about, like usual, we know Angel will always think about Angel. It's always her. She comes first. It has to be her. It's all about her. Nobody else. Nobody else matters you know and that is the problem I have with Angel. She is so self-centered. Honestly, she is so self-centered, and it breaks my heart to see that actually there are people like this, that all they think about themselves and no one else. Whereas you're supposed to think about others. You're supposed to think about the things they are going through you know because what they are going through is more than you. It's not about you. It's not only about you. It's not what you're going through. They are also going through their own. You understand? So Kelly is trying to make them understand this. All of this, Alma is a source of strength to everyone, and it's high time Kizito pays for everything that he has been doing. Because to Kelly knows very well that Kizito's hand in this. And Josh was like, "Are you serious?" So Kelly wants he took George out so that he could like talk some more with George, because it's too good to be true that out of the blue, somebody will like will do forceful entry to Oma just out of a blue from nowhere. Like, they just want her to be okay so that she could explain to them what happened to her. Definitely Oma will not remain like that. She will not be like that forever. It really breaks my heart. It really, really breaks my heart to see her go through this. But like I said, I will not blame any other person than Angel, because Angel is the cause of this. Angel is the cause of this. They say in life, if you were not born alone, even when you're born alone, you think of others as well. But if you're not born alone, if you come from a family where there are people, when you are in a situation, think about those people, because they might get hurt as well. But that is not Angel. Angel, she doesn't think that way. She doesn't see things that way. And what hurts me the most is the fact that the only thing Angel thinks like is to feel sorry for herself. That's what she does. That's the only thing she knows how to do, honestly. So the next thing shows Angel in her room. She's lamenting, like, why is her family going through this? That today, okay, she's safe. She didn't buy, based on the fact that Kizito tried to buy her. But now Oma is in this predicament. Like, why? Why is all of this happening? And it's her fault. But it's your fault. You sit there and say it's your, what are you doing about it? What are you doing? So it's more like she's hallucinating. She sees another part of her sitting there. It's more like you're looking into the mirror. You see you and you're talking to yourself. And the other part is saying something different from what she said because she's lamenting. And the other part is telling her that, Angel, you're stronger than what you think. You can, in fact, take charge of this situation if you want to. And if you take charge, a lot of things will change. Yes, which was definitely what she was supposed to have done a long time ago, since from the very beginning. Because if she had taken charge of this situation like us, none of this would have been happening. Kizito would have been put where he's supposed to be put, to be kept. Really, she was supposed to be in charge. You are a celebrity, for crying out loud. You just need to put on your camera. So, like, who cares about going to jail or whatsoever? At the end of the day, you could get a good lawyer. And who even signs deal like that in the first place? Who even signs deal that could take them to Kirikiri in the first place? How can you sign a deal like that will put you in trouble? Like, really? And the as she was hallucinating, the other part of her, the one sitting across her, there was a sensible one because she is not sensible. So the sensible one is asking her that the same question I've been asking for weeks now, for months now. Like, are you willing to sacrifice everything? Can't you see, like, it's asking her, would you think we want to hurt Chioma? Really think? And like I said, it's funny because I can't imagine that you, of all people, who should know by now that the only person that will really want to hurt Chioma is Kizito. You're sitting there being dumb and not understanding that Kizito is behind all of this. And she's like, Kizito, and like, so are you willing to give all up for that? So are you will so now let's say, are you willing to give Oma up for your fortune, your career, whatsoever? Are you willing to sacrifice her? Yes, because I am so angry because Chioma has done so much for this girl that she couldn't even do for herself. And in the process, what did she gain? What did she gain in the process? In the process, she got forcefully entered into, and now she's paying for it. Why Angel is just sitting there waiting for her to do something. And this other her is telling her, and she's like, what do I do? Of course, search within yourself. What can you do? What were you supposed to do? Yes, Kizito is not in this fight alone. He is with his mom. But at least you have Clara by your side. You have Kelly. You have your family. Because now, with what happened to Oma, I don't think Mama will be able to sit there and want Angel to remain in that house. You have Jeff by your side. You have George by your side. And then, unknowingly to you, you have Flora by your side. So you have an army. Apart from God, you have an army to you. So why would you sit there and be feeling sorry for yourself? Why would you sit there and be scared of fighting just two people? Yes, because it's two people. It's Kizito and his mom. Unfortunately, Kizito's mom, despite being a mother, is in this with her son. The next scene shows Angel, Chioma, George, and Kelly back into Chioma's room. Chioma is sleeping. She's asleep. And yeah, Kelly is trying to narrate the scenario, like saying what happened, that the fact that Chioma received a text from Angel. I don't know how they found out that information. Chioma received a text from Angel stating where they could meet and all the rest. And that, so now, at that time, who was with Angel's phone? Angel said Kizito. So George was like, sorry, Kelly was like, that, put one on one together. So what do you now understand that Kizito did this? Because Kizito, knowing fully well how hard trauma is going for Angel, and definitely he's trying to clear to put her off the radar, to put her off the way. That was where Angel was like, if Kizito really did this, then look at the time. This is what gets me angry, like us. Like, look at the time she's waking up. At what time are you waking up? When somebody is almost down, this is when you're waking up. This is and Angel was like, okay, now it's time for me to take charge. Taking charge. I pray so. So the next scene shows Bolaji and Kizito, they are playing checkmate, chess, the game of chess, and the stupid Bolaji that I'm not even certain that he's married is advising Kizito how to manage his home, that Kizito should get a restraining order for Omar's family, for Angel's family, so that they should stop, meddling in his affairs, because he has the right to do whatever it is that he wants to do with her, as if she's a commodity. And Kizito is like, yeah, Kizito love when people butter him up, when people are always taking sides with him, telling him like anything that has to do with him, like when he's being supported, so like it. He's walked in and was like, I don't understand why that he's so with his wife, I don't understand. Like, he's always at home. You put her there and he's been able to visit her just once. And what Kizito could say is like, it just confirms something, that he doesn't know how to pretend, because his mommy, because he's a mama boy, is making him to understand that, do you realize that that girl's family will be feeding her with stuff right now? You're not going to the hospital, you're not fixing matters. It's like, because I don't know how to pretend, why should I go there? Me going there doesn't mean anything. Why should I pretend? And his mom is like, you have to pretend. You have to pretend that you love her. You have to pretend as much as you can. Do whatever you can, because if the community finds out, you're on your own, you see. So it's more of, if the community finds out, it's more, which means all along, Kizito has been playing games. Kizito never loved that girl. Like, she was just a prey for him. You understand? She was just something that he needed, you know, to so his technical advisor, who is his mom, wants him to go to the hospital to pretend that he's so much in love, get her discharged, bring her home where they can have an eye on her. Where they could have eyes, not even an eye, eyes on her. So he had no choice, and his friend, they good for nothing Bolaji is there, say, yeah, your mom is right, it's true. You have to do that. You have to do that. So the next thing shows Flora. I think that's her office. She's in her office. And Eve, the PI, comes, with info, and Flora was finding out what she got. She said she got a whole lot of things, and she explained to Flora that it will be extremely difficult um for Angel to be able to leave her marriage, because, like, Kizito knew what he was actually doing. So it was a trap. That marriage was all a trap, for Angel. So, and Flora was criticizing the fact that, and Intel also told her that Kizito had some noodles for Angel. Like, she couldn't believe that. She couldn't believe would um why Angel would like let Kizito have her noodles, that in this day, this age and time. It's just that she's not aware of all the story, like how it went down. But she, knowing Kizito, she's supposed to know that something went down for it to be that way. So Eve went ahead to narrate everything she's found out, all her findings, and also about the company where Angel signed the 5-year contract. So the contract stipulated that within that period of 5 years, Angel is not supposed to bring any dirt on that company. Like, she's not supposed to taint that company's image. If she does, by anything, whether being any scandal, whether being her noodles being on the internet, or her divorce, or anything, any sort of thing, she will be going to Kirikiri. That is what Kizito is actually holding on to, because Flora was like, her noodles is not what is keeping her in that marriage. That contract is what is keeping her in that marriage. Eve said no, she doesn't think so, because she's not sure that Kizito knows that And Flora told her, trust me, Kizito is aware of it. He knows, because this used to be her husband. So definitely she knows him. And like as this is where it becomes dangerous, because there is nothing worse like a woman, a scorned woman knowing you so well. She will know how to hit you and where to hit. So Eve wanted to know how come Flora knew so much like about Kizito. And Flora had to just tell her the truth that I know so much because I don't just know Kizito, but I was one of his victims. And Eve was shocked. So the next thing shows Benita and Angel at the hospital. And Angel looked so good. She looked so strong. Benita came to pay her a visit. And Benita was like, you look so fresh. You're happy and all the rest. She's like, yeah. She made her understand that ever since she's been in the hospital, she's been feeling good and all the rest. But when she thinks of how she has to return into that house, you know, the house that she was constantly tortured and all the rest, it like brings her so much pain. So they talked about the fact that if their findings were right and that Kizito had something to do about it, that's the more reason for her to go, so that she would nail Kizito, so that she would know what she's going to do to Kizito. And I can't wait, like as I can't lie to people, I can't wait to see Kizito. Like as finally the moment that I was waiting for. She said she can't wait to go home actually, to fight Kizito, because it's been a long time. Like she said, because she can't stand, like to her, the last straw was what Kizito did to Chioma. She cannot just keep quiet and watch Kizito get away with everything. So Benita is making her to understand that Kizito is not a soft meat to chew, you know. You cannot just, he will definitely be steps ahead of you. But I'm glad because she made Benita understand that she would rather go to jail because of the deal she signed, rather than see Kizito walk the surface of the earth free. I am glad about that. I can't wait, like us, because it was about time. It was about that time. At least now she had realized that she had just one job to do. That was to wake up, and stand for herself. Something that she ought to have done a long time ago. And it would have been easy with Choma by herself. So, like, as this is where we are going to end. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything. So let me make a shout out to the countries where they are watching me. I'll say hey to my own country, Niger. And I'll say shout out to US, to Jamaica, to Ghana, to Trinidad and Tobago, to the UK, South Africa, Kenya, the Zambia, Sierra Leone, Guyana, France, Barbados, and Bahamas. Now, let me do a special shout out to those who are always commenting on my channel. Special shout out to Miss Mary Dubois from France, Liz from Guyana, Eugenia A.B. Thomas from Sierra Leone, Corinne Lashley from Barbados, and Betty Woodside from Bahamas. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for commenting on my channel. Okay, thank you so much. So, like I always say, marriage is not a do or die affair. All right, being single is not a sin. It's not a taboo. It's not an abomination. If you cannot be favored in marriage, yes, marriage is a beautiful thing, especially if it's a one from God. But if you cannot find that happy place and that special one, like us, please love yourself enough, okay? Make your money, be happy, and wait for God. So if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. But be happy. It will be better for you to be happy as a single person rather than to cry as a married person, honestly. So please, toxicity should not be a norm. All right. Your mental health is very important. Think about it before trying to let somebody ruin your life for you. So, like us, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys for everything. On this note, I have to say bye.